We're talking about domestic violence, and the guest is the executive director of EJarrett House, Miss Jarrett. And of course, Miss Jarrett, let me pick up where we left off the last time and give you an opportunity to continue some of the reasons and some of the causes or the consequences of domestic violence as you see them from your position as the executive director of EJarrett House.
Well, for instance, a woman can come into the shelter and she is mentally abused. Well, she has to go to a psychiatrist, and she's in counseling for a long time. Then you have the children who are traumatized. They're in counseling for a long time. Now, that's not to even excuse the fact that she may have a broken bone, broken leg. All of that has to be attended to, and then they have to be seen after. So the health care cost goes up. It really goes up.
And you see a lot of these broken bones and broken legs and et cetera.
Yes, yes.
So you find that there's an increase in the number of folks that are coming to you? How do people generally come to you?
There's a 211 number that they can call, and I'm listed on the 211 number. The Department of Domestic Violence with the Metro Police Department has my number. So they call me too, so I'm easy to get a hold of. And then just by word of mouth, the other agencies, the other shelters will refer people to you.
Now, what would be a situation, could you sort of give me a rundown of situations that you might have of individuals who will come into you and how they came and some of the things that you were able to do for them?
Well, number one, if a young lady calls, and if she's in danger, then I will go and pick her up from wherever she is. And to keep her out of danger and nobody know, I will have her go somewhere that's away from her house. And then, or I'll send a cab to pick her up, to bring her to me. And then we do our processing of her, and then we'll take her to shelter. Now, once they get in shelter, and I do things a little bit different than they do in other shelters, I want to know what the woman wants to do for herself.
Very good.
Then you need to decide what you want to do for yourself. If it's go to school, if it's get a job, what do you want to do that will make you feel whole? And then that will take care of your children. And once we figure out what that is, then I will help her accomplish that goal. And I will keep her until she accomplishes that goal. Once she accomplishes that goal, then I will help her find a place. And then she can move out.
Well, this seems to be a lot of sort of hands-on kind of personal kind of things that should keep you. Well, how many people are you able to counsel at EJarrett House? Do you have a set number?
My shelter is very small, very small. In fact, I'm thinking about starting a building campaign because it's only 800 square feet. So it's the smallest shelter in the city.
Which means when you say I don't have
one family.
You're one family.
If I have a family with teenagers, that's it. If I have a single woman, I can take another single woman with 2 kids. That's it.
And that's the extent of well, you do believe that since you've been involved in what you're doing, that there's a tremendous need for more space.
Yes. I turn down 5 to 6 people every day. Every day.
And these are people in a real sense who are not being served unless they go to some of these other areas, and they are. And they're full. They're full.
Yes.
So it's a lot of folks.
We're always looking for more space.
There's a lot of folks in Nashville. So do you believe that domestic violence is a real problem in Nashville? It's
a big problem in Nashville. And I don't think really everybody knows how big it is.
Well, let's talk about how big it is.
Now you have 3 shelters here. And out of the 3 shelters,